Hey guys, welcome to another one of our reviews. I'm the Worm. This is the Proton. Proton. Today we're doing another juice review, which you did receive free of charge, but this will not affect our review in any way, shape, or form. We did receive this from e-cig.
Indeed. Today we are doing the 12mg strength apple flavoured e-liquid from e-liquidworld.co.uk. It's a Hanseng juice. What are we running it on?
We've got Zeus on a 1.1 ohm coil, running at 3.9 at the moment.
3.9 because I changed it. Yes, like we said before, we do drip these. It gives you the best chance to get all them flavours come through. So that's how we do it, just so it gives it everything the best chance and everything on an even playing field. Few of the particulars of it: 3.49 for 10ml. 7.49 for 30ml, which I think is actually pretty good. You've got 6, 12, 18, 24mg nicotine strength. Whilst we're on that, the bottles are colour coded tops. Alright, this is a 12mg strength. Your 6s are I can show you. Oh, good. Your 6s are one of those. Your
Which
18,
is green. If that was too
greeny, turquoise-ish. Your 18s are an orange and your 24s are a yellow. Another thing to point out about the bottles: they do have a little needle nose, and as we said before, when you haven't got one, you'll think 1,000 times when you really wish you had. When you have got one, there's never a time you wish you didn't have it. So they're only a good thing. Tactile labels on here, as well as chip compliant labels. Is there a tactile label? No, this one hasn't got a tactile label either. I believe they come with tactile labels, but in shipping and stuff, you can wrap off. It's only a sticker. Chip compliant labels, and there's also the writing on there is a production day and a expiration day. So all very, very good stuff that this has been implemented on most liquids now. Your expiry dates, I think that's really good.
Yeah, guys. So this apple flavour Hanseng juice, it's definitely apple. I would definitely say it's more like a cooking apple rather than like your Granny Smiths or anything like that. Saying that, it's still a really, really nice apple flavour. It's not kind of as sweet as a normal apple. It's more like a blander type apple. But I do want to stress that it's not like bland. It's just blander than an apple that you eat.
I think more in terms of sweetness.
Yeah, it's very nice actually. I quite like it. The apple is actually coming through very, very strong. It's compared to other apple flavours we've tried, this is one of the best ones we've tried. It's you actually get an apple taste without actually having to like ask for like double concentrate or anything like that. You know, it's very, very nice on the palate. It does leave an apple taste in your mouth as well, which is quite nice. It kind of feels like I've just eaten an apple.
Sorry guys, I was re-dripping. Yeah, for me, it's a little bit out of left field. I wasn't expecting it to be this kind of apple. It's like when I say, it's more of a sort of a cooking apple. If you're eating a sort of Granny Smith, for example, most of the flavour's in the flesh. You get a bit of the skin flavour. Most of that flavour is in the flesh. With like cooking apple, it's all in the skin pretty much, and then you kind of get a little sort of, I want to say, toughness from the flesh. It's weird because that kind of comes across in this liquid. I was expecting like a really sweet kind of apple juice style liquid, which is kind of called it isn't, because I hate apple juice, but I love apples. This kind of meets you in the middle. It's more of a bittersweet than it is just a sort of really sweet predominant apple juice flavour. So yeah, you're definitely getting the skin. There's a bit of flesh in there. Without trying it, it's hard to explain that you can kind of feel the texture. It's very, very weird. And we actually had a sneaky little vape with this before we come on, as we always do. And the flavour's in your mouth for like 10 minutes. It's really good.
It's got that, like, it kind of feels like you've just eaten an apple, doesn't it? After like,
apple.
That's the taste that's left in your mouth. It's kind of like, you can feel it around your mouth, like you can, like, you know, like occasionally you get like, if you eat an apple, you got like a bit of skin caught up in like your gum or whatever, and like you pick it out with your tongue and that, and it's just like, But you know what I mean? It's the kind
gentle
of like
advice from the world. It is, yeah, no, it is. It is very. You can kind of. It's there. It's very, I think that's really good. Some people may think it's a bit
overkill.
Certain people don't like flavours sitting on your palate for a long time. Personally, I think if you enjoy a flavour, I want it there as long as I can have it.
Yeah.
But no, it's actually incredibly strange. It's like I've eaten an apple. It's really weird. We do 10 out of 10 for what it's supposed to taste like, and 10 out of 10 for what we personally think of it. So I think we're going to move on to that.
Yeah. It just says apple. It doesn't say what kind of brand of apple. So just as apples as they are in general, this tastes like apple. It is a 10.
Yeah. I agree with that totally. It definitely tastes like an apple. It's like all flesh on the way in, and then you blow it out. And it's like sorry, all skin on the way in and all flesh on your tongue once you've exhaled it. It's yeah, it's a 10. Tastes like apples. Nice words about that.
For me, 10. It really is, just because of that aftertaste, and it make me feel like I've eaten apples. Yeah, it's a 10. I mean, I don't think it's something that I could vape all day. Don't get me wrong, because I don't think I want to be feeling like I've eaten apples all day long. But I could quite happily do this whenever I needed a vape, or just when I wanted a fruit vape. Really,
Vape.
it's just nice.
For me, I'm going to give it an 8. An 8. That's what I'm going to give it. I'm not Apple's hugest fan. This is definitely not an all-day vape for me. I could do it for an hour or so, but it's not saying that I could not put down, if that makes any sense. The kind of flavour, do you know what it reminds me of? You know when you get right close to the core of an apple?
Yeah.
That deep flavour, that's kind of what it is. The throat hit, we didn't mention, it's quite poor. I'd say the throat is about a 4 for a 12. It's a little bit more than I was expecting off of a fruit vape. I expect it to be really smooth. So it's not overly strong at all, but just worth mentioning as vapours, it's loads.
For me, the throat hit was 0. But I do want to point this out, is that I'm one of these weird vapors that I tend to get either loads of throat hit or none at all. I don't know why, just how it is.
I think the way you take throat hit changes though, because there'll be days where I pick up a liquid and I can vape it all day and it feels like there's literally no throat hit at all. I'll put it down and I'll pick it up another day and it's like someone's karate kicked me in the throat. If you are a vapor, then you'll kind of know what we're saying, especially certain times in the day. It does hit you a bit more nervous, but throat hit off this is medium at best, shall we say. I think that's probably a safe way to say it. But yeah, an 8 for me personally. A touch sweeter. I don't know why, because I don't like apple juice, but just a touch sweeter, and that would be spot on for me. But yeah, he's definitely up there with the best apples that we've tried. So for the price, £7.49 for 30 ml, well worth a throw for 30 ml.
Or £3.49 for 10.
There you go. If you want to have a little taste, £3.49, lovely. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I've been Mr. Proton. It's been a Wrigley Worm.
See you soon, guys.
See you soon.